we had lying around. Somebody had an idea. We've got this stuff, we can do that with a lens and thing, and yeah, let's do it. So that's a quick rapid prototyping thing. It is internal, it's all BBC, and in fact some of the code is proprietary. That sports graphic thing is called Piero, and we do license it out. Over here, on the other hand, this is more of a long-term research project. Part of the project is looking at human interfaces to media. The idea with this is as music plays out, it's got a distinct signature. Now that signature we recognise as sound waves, but we can also represent it as colour. By using colour to match to the different signatures that sound can do over time, it allows us to produce a visual representation of a certain duration of radio. Now the colours don't mean something per se, but they're different for different sorts of sounds. So music shows up as one colour, speech is another. But the difference between the two speakers will show a difference. So if we say got a musical, we'll very quickly be able to see visually.
Is this like a flight path? Like where the robot's going, or?
No. This is just a multi-touch demonstration.
Oh, right. So
we can, use multi-touch. There's a camera looking up, and the computer's understanding where I'm touching.
Right. Yeah.
So I can go in, select a application, move that around. Need two hands.
I mean, the first thing people will say is going to be the iPod, isn't it? Or the iPhone, sorry.
The iPhone only does two fingers, so if I put all my hands on there,
oh, right. It recognises it.
It can see a lot more.
I put my hand on.
So keep it inside this right area. That's your fingers down. It's interesting. I must have fatty fingers. It is also doing heading out.
But like expedition. It's great. I love how he does it.
At least see inside. You can see inside. That's obviously protected an infrared illuminator. But then you've got another infrared illuminator, and then you've got, if you right at the top, you bend it a little bit more, there you go. That's an Xbox Live camera.
Alright.
And that's had the IR filter removed from it and a particular IR band filter added to it, which means that it only now sees infrared light with a certain wavelength.
Right.
That wavelength is the same as the illuminators that are coming up from the actual CCTV illuminators there. So when you put your fingers on top, you reflect exactly that wavelength, and the camera sees it really clearly. Windows 7 will have this stuff built in.
Yeah.
So if you have a touch device running Windows 7, you'll be able to do all this stuff straight out. The ANUI group have done a great little driver for Windows 7, which actually links something like this directly into Windows 7. So you can drive Windows 7 with your own homemade multi-touch already. I've borrowed the projector from work, and also got the computer, and I had the Xbox Live camera, but all my other materials are like £90 to build this touch table. So now it's just a case of, what else can I do with it?
Brilliant. Excellent. They're making the robots as well.
So this is aspirational. This is where we are today.
Cool.
Yeah. So this is actually a real white box robotics PC Block 914. It's a full PC running in there.
Yeah.
It can run a variety of operating systems. I'm running Windows on mine. I think Joe's running Linux on his. But the key thing is we're programming them to bridge that gap between humans and the cloud of internet services that exist, so that you will be able to say at some point in time, how much is this thing on Amazon, and it will go and query Amazon for you, come back and tell you, because it can speak.
Yeah.
At the same time, you might say, what time is Doctor Who on, and and it can look in your EPG on your Windows Media Center, come back and say, oh, it's Saturday, 7 o'clock, BBC 3. Yeah, record it, and it can instruct. So it becomes a focal point of your digital home.
To know their interface.
Yeah, to be able to communicate with all sorts of things that are actually out there in your digital home. So your media, playing in different rooms, your photos and things, maybe some of the small pocket projectors that are coming out for mobile phones, you'll be able to have it impromptu play of last year's birthday party or Christmas dinner or something like that.
So it's going to be able to take instructions basically and show you any kind of like media that you've got.
Yeah, already they have an autonomous capability, so they can map out an area and then you can provide it with geographic location in that area. So you could name them, go to the lounge, go to the conservatory, go to the kitchen, and it will navigate round obstacles to find its way to that geographic.
It's got detection software as well.
Yeah. So it's got a full an infrared skirt around the bottom there to measure distance, and also drop sensors at the top here, webcam built in, various illuminations, but it's built around PC drive base, 5 recordings drive base. So any of the prefabricated, accessories for a PC can be merely dropped into that environment. Right. And there's 4 at the front, 4 at the back, so you can just build around it. You've got the PC in one side, you've got power supplies in the other, batteries and motors in the bottom, and actually in the middle and under the top is a lot of space where you can actually add various things. So my one, A1DW that's running on outside there's got a GPS environment here, so when it's out on my patio and so on, it can actually plot its position using GPS. And also it's got its speaker system up in the roof here, as well as its Xbox control. So I can actually use an Xbox headset wirelessly as a means to actually communicate directly with it. So you can quite literally put you on your Xbox headset and start issuing commands. Some of the limited vocabulary, for example, that it understands at the moment. That might just be to navigate to known areas, go to the lounge, or it might be move forwards, turn left, stop, or even query, TV, Doctor Who, goes away to the EPG, and what I will hear back is it speaking, because we've got text to speech. So it just comes back and says, BBC 3, Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Brilliant.
And I might then say record it, and it will then instruct my media center to record. So lots of fun to be had.
Right, thank you very much.
All right, pleasure.